I'm going to point out before I start this review that right in front of me I have GTA open because I'm going to play it right after I finish recording, like 3 reviews. And I just want to have it open. Like, I just want to get to it when I'm done. So, that's just why it's open. So, 2008, we are at our 4th review of 808s and Heartbreaks. We finished the entire Teddy Bear trilogy. Probably my second favorite trilogy in hip-hop after the original 3 Eminem albums, if you consider that a trilogy. They all kind of have the same skits and coincide, so I've always called it the same trilogy. But, essentially, we are now at part 3, or part 4 of this series, 808s and Heartbreaks, which is one of Kanye's most divisive albums. Kanye has quite a few divisive albums. I'd argue Graduation is somewhat divisive. It's not too divisive. Most people just agree on... Most people agree it's great. Just some people don't agree on how great it is. But Life of Pablo is pretty divisive. Ye is incredibly divisive. Probably the most divisive. And so is Jesus is King. In fact, all of his new albums are really divisive. And Jesus, very divisive. But 808s has always been really divisive because of... It's not divisive in how good it is or how good it was when it came out. Because when this album came out, it wasn't really praised. It wasn't really loved. But it's nowadays, people reflect and they think, how good really was 808s? And initially, upon going into this album, like I listened to it yesterday, I re-listened to it, I thought, I'm probably not going to enjoy this because first time, I've never been the biggest fan of 808s. I always thought it was 7 out of 10 good. It had a couple good tracks on it, but it had a lot of annoying tracks. I didn't love Kanye's auto-tune. I found a little woe is me. Then I re-listened to the album. I'm going to be honest, this is a great album. This is a way better album than I remember it being. And I will start with this track list, which is a really short track list. It's not that long, but we open with Say You Will. I'm actually going to originally run this review since my opinions changed a lot since my first listen. I'm going to talk about my original thoughts, and then I'm going to get to my now thoughts, what I think on it now. So we'll start with Say You Will, which upon my first listen, I really didn't like this song, and there's a really good reason. I found the track really just long to me. It was just really spaced out long. And I always thought that Drake's, what is it? Why am I forgetting? Drake has a song where he uses the instrumental to this, and apparently he doesn't actually own the song anymore, but he has a song that uses this instrumental, and I thought it was a way better song. And I still like, Say What's Real, it's on So Far Gone. Say What's Real, I always think is a better song, and I still agree, but I actually quite like Say You Will. I do think it's a little long. I do think it doesn't really need a last for the second half of it. Isn't really that good. It's one of the lower tracks on this album, but I like it. I think it's a really mysterious, slow, spacey, but very depressing song. It's probably one of the most heartbreaking songs in the album. It's because a lot of the songs in this album are heartbreaking, so they're kind of sad, but you can just hear how much pain is in Kanye's voice in this, and I really love it for that. 6 minutes, it is a little long for this, but I think it's a great opening. Welcome to Heartbreak, I did like upon first listen, but I wasn't in love with it. And now I quite love this song, actually. I think this is Kid Cudi's, possibly his first, other than the mixtape, his first, like, commercial performance. Kid Cudi, that was on Welcome to Heartbreak. And I love his hook on this. It sets you up for what Man on the Moon End of the Day is. But Welcome to Heartbreak's one of my favorites on this album. It's probably my second favorite overall. I really love the rhythm of this song. I like its style, I like its sound. I think it's creative. I think it's interesting. It's, in a way, the problem I do have with 808s is that if I thought Graduation is a little corny, 808s is like corn. Like, so corny sometimes. It's not too corny, but it can get really corny. And Welcome to Heartbreak, I can see that with, but I still kind of like it. I quite like the rhythm. I like the sound of it. It's not too depressing. And yeah, I quite like it overall. Heartless is my favorite track on this album by far. This is one of my favorite Kanye songs, of all Kanye songs, and I thought that when I first listened to this album. I really love the flutes over this. I love the way he uses the auto-tune to make him just sound so heartbroken. It's a really sad song, and it really just does break down everything 808s is going for. I love like I mentioned, I love the whistle. I love the, flute. It's flute. Why did I forget that? I love the flute. I think the hook is really catchy and nice. It's one of my favorite Kanye songs overall. I think it's a great track. Amazing is a track I hated. I actually quite like it now. I do think it's a little annoying. I do think it's a little corny when he's like, I'm a monster. I think that line is just corny to me because of the auto-tune, the way it just sounds. But I quite like this. I actually quite like it as a track that doesn't lend itself too much to the heartbreak side. It's kind of like, Lester keeps calling me. It keeps distracting me. If you play GTA, you know who Lester is. He keeps calling me. It's annoying. But Amazing is a really good track in my opinion. I love the rhythm of it. I like the sound of this. I like the entire style he goes for. I quite like it. In terms of 808s, it's really good. Love Lockdown is good. Good, not great. I think my only problems with this is the 808s and the booming drums on this are just way too fucking loud. Like, over that hook, it's like booming. I just think it's annoying. Other than that, though, I quite like it. I think it has a nice rhythm to it, like most of the tracks on this. Actually, the best part about 808s and Heartbreaks is the 808s. They're on every track, and they sound really good. Like, I really like the way 808s are used on this album. Well, obviously I would, because it's called 808s and Heartbreak. But I also like the... I think that my favorite elements of this are the 808s and the Heartbreak side. So, probably the most fitting name for an album ever. Really, actually, wait. Comment down below what the most fitting name for an album is ever to describe the sound and quality of it. I'm going with the 808s and Heartbreak. I'm going with that. I could also do the Eminem show. But it's not a show, so I don't... The Marshall Mathers LP... Slim Shady LP is the most accurate... Okay, I guess Relapse and Recovery are pretty accurate titles. Revival is the most inaccurate title for an Eminem album because that just kind of kills his career. Kamikaze... Actually, Eminem is pretty... Besides Music to Be Murdered By, has pretty consistently accurate titles. But, yeah, the title fits this. I love this track, though. I don't know if I love it, but I like it. Paranoid's good. I think the best part of this is Mr. Hudson. I think he makes this track like 10 times better. I think it sounds really nice. He makes a really catchy song. He makes it really nice. He adds to the song an element that Kanye wasn't going to add. I like it. RoboCop is good, but really cheesy. It's easily the cheesiest song on this album. It sounds like music from Wii Sports. I'm not even joking. It sounds like it's from that game. And I like it. It's nice. It's kind of more happy and upbeat. But at the same time, it's a little corny to me. So it's not in the higher half for me. But Streetlights is great. This is one of my favorite tracks on this album. I love the rhythm of it. I love the heartbreaking sound to it. I think it's really nice. I think it's really good. I think it really works for everything he's able to do. Yeah, I quite like what he's able to do with... I'm going to walk a bit so I don't get kicked up for being idle. I quite like it. I think it's a really solid track. And did I skip Paranoid? Did I skip? No, I didn't. I talked about Paranoid, yeah. Bad News is good. It's just a little repetitive for me. I also think that I Just Heard Some Real Bad News is a little corny to me, but I like it for what it is. It's kind of another 808 song, if I'm being honest, because a lot of these tracks, one of my problems with this album is that, unlike the other Kanye albums, a lot of tracks just don't stand out. I feel like on the other three, the first three, every track kind of stands out. And same with My Beautiful Darkest Fantasy and kind of He's Us. But in this one, there's a couple tracks that, you know what, they just don't really stand out to me. See You in My Nightmares is trash, though. I hate this song. I still hate this song. It's so annoying to me. It embodied everything I didn't like about 808s upon its first listen. It was just everything I disliked about Someone One track. Lil Wayne, terrible feature. I don't know why he's on this track. Like, he's just annoying. And, like, Kanye's preferred... God, this is probably my second least favorite Kanye song. Next, in a couple reviews, I'll get to my worst Kanye song. This is my second least favorite, though. I just really hate this song. And I think the rhythm is just so annoying to me. I just don't know why he made this track. Coldest Winter, though, is a great step up. I like Coldest Winter quite a lot. It's probably the most heart-wrenching song in this album. It sounds so desperate, painful. It embodies 808s in a great way. I do think in a way the auto-tune is just a little overbearing at a point, but I still like it for what it is. I think it's a great track. It's probably my third favorite after Welcome to Heartbreak and Heartless. Pinocchio's story is not good in my opinion, because I don't know the point of it. I don't know why he ended with this idea of a 6-minute live track. It just kind of goes on for a while. I just don't really think it needed to be the ending. I think Coldest Winter would have been a solid enough ending. Or just a different track. I don't know. Maybe make Pinocchio's story not live. This isn't like I on To Pimp a Butterfly. I on To Pimp a Butterfly was live, and it was for the purpose to make the ending really energetic. It's not energetic. When he's singing soulfully, it doesn't need to be energetic. Like, I is an incredibly energetic track. Don't even make that comparison. Overall, but though, I originally gave 808s quite a lower rating, and I actually moved the rating up for this album, because I quite like this album. I don't think it's nearly as good as the other three. In fact, I'd still put it in the lower half for Kanye's discography, but in terms of sound, it's really good. There's a lot of really great tracks on this. A really great production. The 808s and the Heartbreak sound of it are great. It's a really great album about the whole topic he wants to talk about, and I think he handled this in the best way he could. Are there a couple tracks that are annoying? Yes. Does the auto-tune get a little overbearing at times? Yes. But I can kind of ignore that to recognize the true, heart of this album. This is a really heartfelt album to me. It's a really passionate album to me. And that will move it up a rating for me. Because inherently, it's not maybe not even really a great album, but Kanye really works at this. He really took this concept to the best he could. I quite like it. Better than the other three? No. Is the next album like a bazillion times better? Yes, but overall, 808s and Heartbreaks, it works very well for me as an album, and I'm feeling a solid A- for 808s and Heartbreaks. Is that a little high? Yes, but I don't care. I quite like this album. I grew on me a lot since first listen. What do you guys think on 808s and Heartbreaks? Let me know in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe. See you guys next time. Bye. I cannot wait to review the. I cannot wait. Can't wait. Can't wait. Okay.